To introduce our guest of honor, but before I do that, I just want to appreciate some good friends that are here. I want to appreciate Mr. Mugwagwa, who is the chairman of Zim Stevenage team, and all the guys from Stevenage.
Can we see him, please? Yes. Thank you.
I also want to appreciate our former chair and still with us, Mr. Libert Masunda, former national team player, foreign best player, one of the few first foreign best players in Zimbabwe. He's with us today. We've been working with him since Libert played in all the European countries I can imagine. You know, he was very nomadic. When he left Zimbabwe, went to South Africa, played in Turkey, Sweden, Poland, everywhere. So it's a pleasure to have you here. It is very inspirational to the youngsters that we have. I also want to appreciate Mr. Mazala Bako. I can see Miss Bako, she's here, but I think Mazala has just left the room. I want to appreciate him as well. We've been working with him for a very long time, and it's a pleasure to have him to grace this occasion with the missus. So we appreciate you, my Bako. And also I want to appreciate all the different managers, different players from the different Zim community teams who are here. And most importantly, I want to also appreciate Anthony Sibanda. Anthony is a former player, he used to play for Wange. He's also running an academy in this country, Junior Football Academy. And he's doing very, very well, and he's always supported us from day one. And he works with very young kids. So if you live in London and you want to find a place to get your young ones taught how to play total football, you need to get in touch with Anthony. He's very good at that. And Anthony, thank you also. And I can see Masimba is here as well, the secretary of Zim Stevenage team, also a community leader who works very hard to support community projects that we do. So Masimba, we appreciate you. Okay, without much further ado, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce a good friend of mine who's here today as our special guest of honor, Ahmed Adini too. Ahmed is a good friend of mine. He's a football man. But before I tell you more about his football business, he's a very unique friend of mine. Ahmed was born of an Egyptian mom and a Nigerian father. He lived half of his life in Egypt, in Cairo, and half of his life in Lagos. So when I met him, the first thing he told me was that, talk about chaos, educated in the streets of Cairo and going on holiday in Lagos. So he's a streetwise boy, very professional in what he does. He's got academies in Egypt and also an academy in the football club in Nigeria. You know, he's up and coming chairman and director of a football club. He's been into agents business as well, him and his brother. They've done it all, seen it, made the t-shirts and made lots of money. So now they've invested it in a football club. We crossed paths in Egypt at the Africa Cup of Nations, and I told him about this initiative. And when I sent the invitation to him, he was abroad, and I did not expect that he was going to make it. He was very polite in his response, that I'll see if I can find time, but it's a good thing. But little did I know that he's a faithful man with his promise. So I saw him walking in today, and he called me and he says, I'm here to support you. So Ahmed, it's a pleasure to welcome you here. And I believe we met for a purpose, and God will help us to work together and build bigger things together between Nigeria and Zimbabwe. So thank you. The floor is yours.